Hello, Smarties. Happy Wacky Wednesday. Welcome to Writer's Workshop. Your writing is getting so good, and Miss Keck and I are super proud of you. Today, we're going to talk a little bit more about hook sentences. You may have heard me mention this before. A hook sentence is like when you're fishing and you throw out your fishing line, and then the line goes down and there's a hook on the end of it. And if you want to catch a fish, you have to catch them on the hook. And so usually you put bait on there and then you can catch a fish. Well, a hook sentence is a similar thing, except for you want to catch a reader. So what you do is you start off your story with a really exciting opening that your reader will go, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to read the rest of this story and see what happens. So a hook sentence could include a question. For instance, what in the world were you thinking bringing a snake home like that? Or a setting. It was a dark and stormy night, and Mrs. Ritchie crept into the house with a corn snake. That will describe where I am, what it looked like when I did something interesting. It could be a sound word. Crash! Mrs. Ritchie dropped the cage the minute she entered the house. Or it could be dialogue. Family, I'm home. I can't wait to show you what I brought. And that's when I tell them I brought home a snake. Or a funny moment, which is, you will not believe what happened when I brought a snake home. So here is my story. I could start my story with any of those introductory sentences. An introduction is the first sentence of your paragraph that gets the reader thinking about what they're going to hear in the rest of the paragraph. A paragraph in first grade is 5 sentences. An introduction, 3 really good detail sentences, and last of all, a conclusion. So by now, it is our hope that you can write 5 awesome sentences, and that is a paragraph. And we're going to be working on that all year long. So let's start with some words. Now, I'm going to start with a sound. Writers can change their minds whenever they want. Crash. I dropped the cage on the floor when I entered my house. So that introduction started off with a crash, and so we might be worried about what happened. But don't worry, nothing's going to go wrong with my snake. Crash, I dropped the cage on the floor when I entered my house. It's a good thing I was holding Cutie Pie in my hands. See? Cutie Pie wasn't hurt at all. Cutie Pie was my brand new, adorable. I know you want to know what kind of snake I brought home. Corn snake. Okay, so let's see if I have my 5 sentences yet. Crash! I dropped the cage on the floor when I entered my house. That's my introduction. It's a partner introduction. It's got a sound and a sentence, but that only counts as one. It's a good thing I was holding Cutie Pie in my hands. Cutie Pie was my brand new adorable corn snake. I was bringing her home for the very first time. Now I'm going to put a conclusion on there that's going to leave you in a little bit of suspense. I hoped my family would, ran out of room. I would turn the page if I were writing in a journal, would adore her like I do. ... Do you think that my family is going to adore Cutie Pie? Thumbs up if you do. Thumbs down if you don't. And so I started off my story with a hook. that got you wanting to read it, and I ended it with a little bit of suspense. Let's see what you do with your story. Bye, Smarties.